Starting the stream. I'm not gonna. This is too much.
No, keep it on. At least for the beginning.
Oh, jeez. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay, we're live, pal. Take a look.
Are we live, pal?
I think we might be live.
Immediately?
Pal.
Hey, yeah. Welcome to Loser Lee's Lesson. We're going to find out if we're actually live. We're going to find out right now.
I think we might be live. Immediately?
There we go. Excellent job, Royster.
There it is.
Excellent job. Welcome to our Texas edition style Loser Lee's Wrestling. This is Loser Lee's Wrestling. Welcome, everyone. Gather. We've got Chica Marks. Nice hats. I'm wearing the same old one, but Roy's coming in hot.
Yeah.
We've got good old RL, Roy Lazowitz.
I'm wearing this hat. I was telling you, Red, before we jumped on air, I think this is the kind of hat JR should be wearing these days because he's acting like a real clown on commentary, acting like a real dingo.
Spicy. A real dingo, you said?
Yeah, real dingo. Real dingus.
Dingoes are very dangerous.
He's a pretty dangerous guy.
He's a dangerous guy. This is Loser Lee's Wrestling. We're going to talk about the woo-woo-woos and what's of AEW Dynamite. Today was their 2-year anniversary special.
Yeah.
2-year anniversary special. How do you feel overall about the show?
Great. I think the show is great. I'm hyped up. I've had a good day. I'm feeling good.
Good.
Do you remember, did you watch the very first Dynamite? Do you remember watching it?
Yeah, I did watch it, but I was in a bad place.
All right.
I was living with an ex. I was not a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't even get into that.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it's a long time. Wow, 2 years.
2 years. It's crazy. 2 years.
Crazy stuff. And let's talk real quick about JR, because you have this hat on. We have to talk about him. Yeah. Let's just talk about, so at the end, he completely went into business for himself, and he's just like, for all of us here at AEW, go Sooners, beat the shit out of Austin, or whatever he said. What are you supposed to? We're professionals here. It's not your show, JR.
There were 3 moments in that show that crushed me. First, and I don't remember what he specifically said. Well, there's a few, but the big 3 for me were in the intro to the Darby Allin video, where the interview that he did. It's about to be about Darby's dead uncle who died from a drinking and driving accident, and he starts it by making a joke and then saying that was a joke. And then he says arse, which is very small, but it's what else can you say to completely take everyone out of this video?
Yeah.
What else can you do here, JR?
Sure. He made, I forget even what his joke was, but it was he's just a nice, a quiet little Wednesday chat or something like that. He made some weird thing that didn't make any sense. But yeah, I just felt he's not even good for that anymore. I used to think, he's good for the backstage interviews. He's good for those, but I don't even think he's good for that anymore.
I also think, we talked about, I joked about this a few weeks ago, but I'm bringing it back to this. He's wearing a tracksuit and his cowboy hat in this serious interview.
And he's putting his hands in his pockets.
What are we doing?
We got Swizz here. What a hat.
It's my JR
Honestly,
hat.
This might need to stay. This might need to be a part of the show. Chica Marks, that interview was so weird. Agreed. Joe says, didn't Vince make JR wear a cowboy hat back in the day just because of the Southern accent? Because all the Southerns are cowboys, right? And what happened? He fit the prejudice. He fit the he's just he liked the gimmick.
He liked it.
Yeah. He loves it
it's
now.
His whole
and you're
thing.
Right, Joe. It was something to do to make him a stereotype, and then he just I kind of like this. So it was a weird interview. But let's start with the show. And I thought,
hold on a second, Red. I got 2 more JR complaints before we get to the rest of the show.
Complaints. Let's have some more JR
It mixes in with my biggest woo. I have a biggest woo of the night. But one of them is going to be Serena Deeb fucking being amazing and being Serena Deeb. She breaks that fucking, what was, I guess it's a plaque over Sheeta's head, and it's what an amazing moment. And then JR says some shit about, he goes something like, look how angry she looks. That beautiful face is so angry. What male wrestlers are you calling beautiful while they're turning heel and trying to get heat, JR?
The thing is, like, it just so totally tone deaf. And he doesn't understand that that's actively harming the angle.
Yeah.
That's actively harming the angle by making it about that rather than what's happening.
Yeah.
Smith says, I like JR's joke when he said it was casual Wednesdays because he's in a tracksuit and Darby is full suited. Swizz, you're... I'm sorry. Serena was amazing. I need this type of drama.
That's
100%
right.
Chica Marks. I was thinking about doing the show a little differently today because there's so much stuff jam-packed. I was just going to go down the list.
Yeah,
I wrote everything down. Let's go down the list. And I'll just eliminate stupid things like John Moxley. He hates his 3-year-old.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
He hates his baby. Or not 3-month-old. He hates it. He hates it. So I'm eliminating that. We're just going to go through this episode. Let's talk about the Super Elite versus Jurassic Express. Christian, Bryan Danielson. I thought this was a woo-ish for me. What was it for you?
There's a few things. The first half, I was like, why am I not so into this? I don't understand why I'm not so into this. And then there's that moment where Bryan and Kenny got in the ring together. Everything from that moment on, I loved. I thought it was fantastic. And at the end of the day, a wrestling show starting with 20 straight minutes of wrestling is always going to be a woo. That's great.
I don't know. I'm one of the things, not just to go against, because I said woo-ish. I was all for it up until that moment. I liked the first half match because it felt like a real match, a cohesive match, not just a bunch of everyone doing everything all at once, like it became when they all start diving. And I'm not Jay. Okay.
JR, hey, you can agree with JR sometimes. He hated that.
I do agree. Oh, sure, I agree. Just like I agree with the clock when it's broken. Twice a day. See, that's a fun thing I said.
That's good. Like it. That's good.
The Young Bucks have too many gimmicks, I wrote down. But the crowd was super hot. The crowd was super hot.
Loved it.
Great crowd. Philly crowd was amazing. Then I wrote about the botched power bomb, and it got a little awkward after that.
You know what's funny about that power bomb?
Elite won in that match.
They were
one with a way.
Which was really good. That was a really good four-way knee. That power bomb, I feel like, was going to be them mocking the Shield because it looked like they were going to do the whole power bomb together. But then they botched it, and they tried to get the crowd to chant one more time, but it didn't really work. It worked a little bit. But then Jungle Boy was like, "We got to keep going, guys. No time."
No, just honestly, I feel like in that moment, they just kind of nuked Luchasaurus by not doing it. I say, you know what? Beat the shit out of Jungle Boy and just do it over again.
Yeah.
Just do it over again.
Yeah,
it looks dumb. Chica Marks writes, "Damn, JR, I hadn't heard that." He did say that. He did say it. Yankees Mav won. Yankees MCAV won. Great show tonight. We agree. It is an overall great show.
Great show.
Jim Hines Films. Oh, I love his films. Is there going to be a real show this week, or are you going to fumble the setup for 4 minutes and then give up? Damn, Jim.
Jim, what's this cowboy hat tell you? It tells you we're serious.
After I tell you I love your films, Jesus Christ. I'm
going to go watch your films after this.
Yeah, I'm not. We love you, Jim. Thank you so much for joining us.
You rascal.
Moving on. We got to get some more stuff in here.
Yeah.
Then we get a CM Punk promo. A CM Punk promo where he comes out and he immediately gets the crowd to boo him by talking about his Jordans. And talking about, are you tired of this yet? Are you tired of this
I don't think the crowd booed him at all.
Oh, you didn't hear them boo when he's just like, I got Jordans, and then they're like, boo, and he's just like, oh, I went from a bad place. I worked so hard to get to where I am. And then he's just like, and do you guys want something tonight? He jumbled. This was his worst promo since coming back. He's had some great ones, but this was a bad one. This is a what for me.
I don't know if it was a what necessarily. I did think it was funny where he said cheesecake instead of cheese steaks. That's when they booed him. They booed him pretty good for that. That's what I heard. They started
the boos at Jordan's. They started the boos because nobody wants to hear about your fucking Jordans, CM Punk.
It's weird.
That was dumb. And then he challenges Daniel Garcia to a match at Rampage. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for that too. Yeah.
Was this a woo or what for you? Still, was it a woo?
It was an in between. I see now. I'm starting to get into the whole hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm CM Punk guy, and yeah, it's a good point. I hadn't thought about that, and maybe that's why he gave the Jordans away at the end because he was like, they hated these.
100%. He only did that because of him being stupid. He fell off a cliff when he said the Jordan thing. We got Smooth says apparently Blue Meanie was there for Elevation. I wonder if was he on Elevation?
Yeah, I think he did a thing. So from what I can gather, he did an angle with Joey Janela, and Joey Janela also fought Crowbar, which I'm excited about. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
He's 80 years old. Jim Hines says, "Is there going to be a real show that we didn't even say this?"
Said that. Yeah, so he has another comment underneath it.
Oh, I missed Smooz's before. Okay, Smooz says, "I'm tired of CM Punk. I just want to see him have dream matches." I'm tired. I don't like. Want to know what the thing is? I think, and tell me what you think about this, Royster. I think that this is the beginning steps, and I mentioned a few weeks ago, of the eventual heel turn. Like he's not. This is going to be like a gradual thing, but like him keeps saying, "Are you tired of this yet? Are you tired of this yet?" Eventually, they are, and it's going to get him angry. If he keeps saying, he's not stupid. He knows if you keep calling attention to the thing, like if you say, like if you come out and you're giving a presentation, like I'm going to mess this up, or like I hope you guys don't hate me. You're basically telegraphing to them you're going to hate this. You know, that's like telegraphing, oh, you're going to get tired of this. I feel like this is a build to something. What do you think of that?
I agree with you. I do. I think the more I see it, the more I'm totally bought in on that idea. Yeah, it's a slow burn to when he eventually just, I don't know. I don't know if he'll go full heel or if he'll just like be a snarky good guy who just wants to beat the fuck out of people. I don't know. We'll see. But I agree with you completely. Yeah.
It's exciting stuff. We got Jim Hines here. I'll be happy when the novelty wears off for him and he gets back to working. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'm excited for Daniel Garcia though.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I'm excited for that. Moving on. This is a big woo for me. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. Arn burns shit outside Cody's house. He goes outside Cody's house and he starts burning shit. And we got some glitchiness in the. Oh man,
we're getting there. It's okay. We're okay.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Don't worry about it. We're fine. We're okay. But he's burning shit outside Cody's house. Cody comes out and he's pissed. He's just like, "Give me your tie," and he's about to burn it. He's like, "Don't burn it. Let's not throw that away." He's like, slaps him in the face. "You threw us away." That was a good line. What are your thoughts on this whole deal?
I loved it. I just love when they take older wrestlers and give them more to do. Like, just because they're older, it doesn't mean they need to be a nostalgia act. They can still do more. And I love that so much. I think Arn is great here. I also liked at the beginning, he's burning shit, and it's like a close-up of this very intense, like, torch. And then it's Arn, and I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on here? You know? And then you get Cody on his balcony being like, Arn, you broke into my house.
What are you going to do, shoot me with your Glock?
I thought it was so good. I love where this is going for both guys. This felt like... 100%. Tell me how you feel about this. But I saw something, I'm stealing this idea from someone else, but it felt as though AEW had passed Cody by in the last like 6 to 8 months. Like everything he's done doesn't feel like it fits with like everything else, the speed of what's going on and the quality of what's going on in the show. Since he dropped that title to Darby Allin, this is the first time where I've been like, yeah, okay, we're getting somewhere with Cody. He's doing something interesting. We're getting somewhere. And it's because of Arn.
Yeah, I'm excited about this, and it is because of Arn. They're calling attention to the thing, because as we know, as we talked about Roads from the Top, they're completely oblivious to how they come off to people. Yeah. And we have some comments here. Chica Mark says the picture sometimes glitches, but sounds is consistent. That's what we're looking for. The sound's got to be consistent. We didn't press play on the Audacity.
No, we didn't.
Cool. Yeah. The Stardust line is so good.
Really
that was fun. I hope he does something with that in the future. Moving on.
Yeah, what? I was gonna say you've always been a proponent of Stardust. You're a Stardust supporter.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't mean that bad way. I like Stardust too.
Honestly, it could have been cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
He became like this super galactic villain with these little henchmen behind him, and he kind of like is just a supernatural villain, like a Max Moon on steroids. I would have loved that. But let's keep going.
Yeah,
we got Bobby Fish. You ever hear him? Versus Sammy Guevara for the TV title, the TNT title. And we have Sammy Guevara going over. How do you feel about the match?
I felt like it was a good match. I thought it was a good I actually thought it was a good showcase for Bobby Fish. I thought Bobby looked good.
Yeah.
I love the
Bobby
way he looks. I like his presentation. He just has this great presence about him.
His strikes.
Yeah,
and his strikes so much.
On a much lower scale here, but I feel like this is kind of, they're doing this thing between Miro and now Bobby Fish and now, what we'll get into next after this. They're trying to do the Randy Orton Mick Foley thing where they put Sammy up against tougher opponents to make him tougher in the eyes of the fans. That's what I feel like. And that's kind of what they're doing here. Because Bobby Fish beat the shit out of him for most of that match to make him look tougher.
I would love to say that's true what they're doing, but we have to see for a little bit. We have to see how it goes. This isn't a trend yet. It's just one opponent. I do like the Bobby Fish stuff. But also, big news, Fuego has a car. Thank God. Because he was sleeping at the set. He was sleeping in the trunk.
He couldn't go home.
He was sleeping in the production truck, and now he could go home. He could go get groceries. He had no car. That was terrible.
Hey, real quick. That whole pre-match thing with Fuego's car, and everybody in the chat, let me know if I'm wrong about this. But Sammy's just not very good.
At talking?
At selling. He says thank you to Fuego. This stuck out to me. He says thank you to Fuego because Fuego wishes him luck, and he kind of half turns the camera and goes, thank you. It's very uncomfortable.
Honestly, he is not a babyface.
Yeah,
he is not a babyface. He should not pretend to be a babyface. Them putting him in a babyface position is actively going to hurt him. Because they're making him think that he's doing good. No, he's not doing good.
He's not.
Bobby had some great music, but isn't with MLW. But isn't he with MLW, not AEW? I believe that's true.
Yeah.
Forbidden Door.
Hey, Forbidden Door. Yeah.
Forbidden Door. After the match, we get a Dan Lambert attack. A Dan Slambert and his crew. They confront Sammy Guevara. Scorpio barely did anything in this entire thing, and he's the only wrestler of the group. He did get attacked by Fuego. Thank God. Fuego comes out and gets attacked. And then Jericho comes out to save the day. Jericho trades punches with Junior Dos Santos, and Dos Santos does not want to take his bullshit punches.
No.
There's going to be some trouble with that in terms of the match. It's going to be weird. But Lambert has this, they start singing Jericho's theme song, and they are doing it loud. This is the first time that it's actually been loud of Jericho's theme song. And Dan Lambert, he does the stupid thing of trying to ignore it and talk through it. But if he interacts with it, let it get louder, and cut some of your bullshit out. That's something that happens when I guess you're you become more seasoned and comfortable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had to deal with this in this big of an environment with this big of a crowd, but you have to call an audible. You can't give your same spiel this time. This time you have to be short and sweet, but play to the crowd to get them louder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I felt like that was a wasted opportunity because no one heard him. Everyone barely heard him because they were just so obsessed with talking over him, which was awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Really good moment. I thought Jericho did a great job there too of saying that.
Yeah,
and I also thought overall when Dan Lambert was talking, this was also kind of one of his stronger promos. As long as he has someone else to play off of, and he's starting to he's not really slowing down, but he's actually kind of breathing, which is good.
You thought this was one of his best promos?
I thought it was one of his better promos, not one of his best necessarily, but I think. Maybe not. Now that I think more about it, maybe not. He said too much because I was like, well, what did he say? I don't remember a lot of it.
You can't remember a single. Yeah. I could remember some lines from his other things, but this one, because he was so timid and intimidated by the crowd, it was a lot. It was a lot. We got a comment here. Swizz, Junior Dos Santos somehow got beat by Jericho. If he's going to do some sort of wrestling run, surely he should be struggling with the balls of Jericho. I agree. I feel like this isn't a good way to introduce these new MMA guys.
Yeah.
It's fun for now if they were just bodyguards, but if they're having matches, bad way to introduce them because it's going to expose them big time. It's not like one MMA fighter surrounded by good workers. It's like two or three surrounded by there's a Jericho in there, which is good, and Scorpio's good, but and Ethan's probably fine too.
He's great.
It's just but it's more the issue of they're going to get exposed when they're in the ring.
Yeah, I really liked them up until now. I don't like them getting physical. I don't. Although, like I said to you and Moet, that knee that the other guy hit who wasn't there tonight, excellent. Beautiful. Fantastic knee. That's all I need. That's all I want to see. Just that guy hitting that knee. That's it.
It wasn't his knee. In all honesty, I've watched it again. His knee was great because he didn't pull back, but it was Jericho selling.
Yeah.
Jericho spun around like a shotgun. Like it looked like he got shot in the face, and it was perfect.
I will say too, something that I really appreciate about this is really good use of Chris Jericho, because what else is anybody else? What are they doing? This is like a good place for them to be. This is where I think WWE goes wrong by bringing in MMA fighters or celebrities. They give them titles, or they give them matches with people who you want to try to build. Just get Jericho. That's fine. It's going to go great. Sammy will get a rub here somehow. It gives something for Ethan and Scorp to do. Yeah, it's fine.
I feel like Ethan and Scorpio are already drowned out. And they don't matter.
A little bit. Yeah.
They don't matter. And it's unfortunate. Moving on, we got a big announcement on the show. First thing, I thought it was going to be Tony Khan making this announcement. It seemed like they were advertising Tony Khan is going to make a big announcement today, but it ended up just being Tony Schiavone. He comes out and announces the TBS championship with Aubrey Edwards holding it. And when they announced that was for the women's division, the crowd popped huge, and Aubrey had a big smile on her face. Yeah. And I was pretty happy about that. And they pulled out the belt. And it is already the best-looking women's championship in history.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I was going to say
that looks like a serious belt for serious competitors, and it isn't like femininely shaped, and it doesn't have it's a real belt. It's a real belt that looks prestigious, that looks important. I like the light blue.
Yeah, well, TBS's color is light blue.
Oh,
it's good.
Good. It's good. You were all for this segment, right?
100%. 100%.
Big woo.
Big, huge woo. I think it's going to be really interesting to see this tournament, see who's in it, see what the matchups are. I peg Ruby Soho as probably the first ever champion. That's what I'm guessing they'll do. But I don't know. Serena Deeb, all day, every day. It's my new favorite wrestler.
So, Serena Deeb. Oh my God.
We're going to get into it.
We'll talk about her soon. We're going to talk about her soon. But one thing I just want to mention before we move on, just a quick aside with Britt Baker. They were doing those backstage segments, just shit on the title. And I hated that. She's just like, oh, now you all have something to fight for because I'm the top dog. And now you have your cute little title that you're going to be playing for while I have this one. I wish she said something like, now I'm going to get 2 titles. Make it seem like you want it. Why would you make it seem like it's a garbage title?
Yeah, and then it's also kind of like, well, if all these people are going to be well, whatever. Yeah, I agree. I think that probably wasn't her intention, but that is how it came off to me too.
It was a little dumb. We got Chica Marks saying, finally a decent-sized women's belt, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It looks like a grown-up belt. It looks like a real belt real competitors want, and that's what it should be. Joe says, do they even need these MMA guys? Focus on your roster. They have too many folks to showcase as it is. Yeah. They should just be used as bodyguards. Honestly, if they're going to do it, make them secondary guys. The same way when WWE guys go just show up at MMA fights, they're just hanging around in the entourage. They're not like, unless you're Brock Lesnar or CM Punk, you're having a match. I don't know. Chica Marks writes, I was so stoked. Damn well you should be, Chica Marks. Smooth says, love the new title. Hopefully Jade Cargill gets it. I wouldn't mind that either. Honestly, I would like it to feel like a workhorse title. So a Serena Deeb, a Ruby Soho. But I wouldn't mind Jade. That seems like a good
I think that's a really interesting call. My hope, my sleeper pick, and by sleeper pick I mean like workhorse sleeper pick of the tournament is Jade. I think Jade's going to put on some good matches. They're going to put her with good opponents, and she's going to put on some good matches. I'm excited about it. Yeah. Very
excited. Excellent. And then there's a tournament for it. Smiz, there's a tournament for it. Love a tournament. We all love tournaments. It's the only reason I'm going to start paying attention to WWE real quick for the King of the Ring and the Queens.
Well, where's the bracket? Well, who's competing?
They haven't come up with the bracket. They're having fights to decide who's going to be in the bracket.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
That's how it should be. It should be just willy-nilly. Joe says, what happens to the TNT title when they switch channels? Seems weird to keep the name for the channel they won't be on. Swizz answers it for us. Rampage is still on TNT. Thank you so much, Swizz. Thank you so much, Joe. And yeah,
TNT is going to host quarterly Clash of the Champions style cable shows too, which is really exciting. I'm really excited for when they announce that. I'm excited
for that. And I really hope the TNT title and the TBS title are only fought on the respective
that's
channels.
Interesting.
They should be a reason to tune in to that channel. They should not ever be defended off of that channel. Why would they? Why would they do
you then not have either of those titles defended on pay-per-view either?
No.
All right.
No. That's for that. They could be a part of other segments. They could be a part of tags. It could have had like number one contenders matches for the title this coming week. But like no, I don't think so. But I think we all know Abaddon is the real champ. Swizz, you are fired. You're not even coming you're not even in the doghouse. You're fired right now. Abaddon needs a lot of work. Needs a lot of work. Just pair her with Luther and get
that's an
over
interesting
it.
call.
Jesus. I've been wanting Luther and Abaddon because like the whole thing with the Chaos Theory, they don't make sense. They don't make sense. I know, I get it. Chaos Theory, it doesn't make sense. It's just stupid and it hurts that guy, whoever that guy is.
Serpentico?
Because they put him in a tag with Luther.
Yeah.
And sorry, Serpentico, change your name. There's Penta El Cerro right now. We don't need Serpentico. I'm sorry. Joe says, I thought both shows were moving. Wait, what? Oh, no, not both shows. I thought you meant like moving, like emotional. You meant like moving. No, they're not both moving. Just Dynamite, which is good because now I wonder if Rampage is going to be live consistently when that happens.
I hope so.
Which I hope. I hope. Moving on. We got to talk about more stuff.
Let's keep going.
We got a lot more stuff to cover. Now we're going to so we already talked about, we'll talk a little bit about more, JR's segment with Darby. And I thought everything post JR talking
Darby's
was really good.
Darby's excellent.
Talking his own words, and I like the whole half dead inside. I don't like the fact that he didn't attack him last week. I don't like that. He just talked about your dead uncle, and he's just like, you won't get in my head. You won't do it. MJF, you won't get in my head. There's two sides of my head. You can't get in both. He said, I don't like it. I thought
it was great. Dumb. I thought not attacking him was the absolute right call because he's a bully, and you can't beat a bully with other bully tactics.
And you smack the shit
He's
out
going
of bullies.
to, but not yet.
He's the bully beater. That's what my nickname would be. If I was wrestling the bully beater. No, that's what yours would be. You should be the bully beater.
You're the bully beater.
You beat off
Can we be the bully beaters?
No, you beat off bullies.
Like Biff and Stiff, the bully beaters.
In the same way that I'm the Dynamite Kid and you're Davey Boy, you're the British Bulldog, you're the bully beater, but when we're together, we're the bully beaters.
All right.
Moving on. We got to get out of here. Great Darby impression. Thank you so much, Chico Marks. Thank you so much. This is a big old stinking pile of what for me. Darby Allin versus Nick Comoroto. They have a match. Started hot with that surprise dive off of the, like, as he's coming in, he's on the thing. He just jumps over. I didn't even know Nick Comoroto was there. What that was me right saying,
now? Are you who cares? Who cares? This is a big old what for me.
They just should have picked a better opponent.
Or maybe he just didn't need to wrestle, and they could have used that segment for literally anything else, like maybe another women's match. I don't know.
That's actually a great answer. That's a great answer. He didn't need to fight tonight. They had a lot of Darby.
3 segments, too much.
They had a lot of Darby.
Too much.
You're
Darby.
right. There was no need for this. And then the ending saw fucking QT Marshall come in and give a cutter to Sting for Sting to no-sell it. Why do you even have QT on the show? You obviously don't even like him either. You're booking him and you don't like him.
Yeah, it's this thing that's... I guess they've started to realize that the crowd really loves when Sting just hits the death drop. Like, they think that like crowds love that, so they're giving him the shot to do it. Is the sound okay? Are we okay?
Sound is good. We just plummeted.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I just want to make sure it still sounded like sound.
My second monitor isn't working. That has nothing to do with my computer or the stream, but now I can't see the stream, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh. Sure.
But so they're like pushing Sting and Darby matches into the show so Sting can just hit a move at the end rather than use that segment for something that's far more important and better.
But if they're going to even have this match, if they want to force feed us this match, why isn't he against Solo? Why not have someone that he can have a squash match with? Because like Nick Comoroto isn't there yet to have this type of quick match. And it was just not, it wasn't good. It was awkward and it was uncomfortable. We got some things here. Where the hell is a Go-Go? That faction is rubbish without him. I know you're a big Go-Go fan.
I agree with that though. Because he's the only one with a future.
I just
is a Go-Go.
Is he? They haven't shown him since his fight with
Yeah,
Cody.
fair.
And what was the purpose of giving him that big match only to just drop him?
Well, you know what? We're going to find out on Roads to the Top tonight because they're talking about that weigh-in segment. And
if any of you shop this to watch Roads to the Top, I'll be furious. You're getting better content here. I'm telling you right now. And then QT continues to attack old guys. Yeah, QT doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know what they don't know what they're doing with QT. It's really upsetting that he's still on the show.
Yeah, I actually have a really good idea for QT. This is what I think they should do with him. You ready? Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. Ooh. Get him out of here.
Oh yeah.
I don't need him. I don't want him. I just don't want him on my television. There's so many other people who should be on my television, not him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got to move on. We got more stuff to cover here. Like, this is a woo for me. Tell me what you think of this. The Dark Order. They have found a solution with democracy. It's a woo/weh. What do you? Any major thoughts on this?
Let's see what's next with them. I'm happy they're happy, but now I want to see more matches with Uno and Grayson. I want to see more matches with Silver and Reynolds. Like I want to see these guys wrestle now.
What was the purpose of this?
You know, part of me wonders if we haven't seen the end of it. You know, maybe there is more to come. But for now, it doesn't really. It kind of feels like they had a purpose, but then something happened and they couldn't deliver on what their original purpose was. You know, it kind of has that feeling. To me.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. I get that. And interesting. Oh, I froze. Oh, no, I'm just standing still. Moving on. Okay, now we've got Tony Schiavone talking to Dante Martin in the ring. And Dante Martin cuts a fiery little promo. Yeah. He cuts a fiery little promo. He's got a lot of heart. He's got a lot of passion. And it shows through. He wants to face anyone, because he's beaten. He's gone toe to toe with everyone in this company. Give me someone new, and out comes Malachi Black, and he shoots some black mist in his face. And we all know black it blinds you for several weeks, according to lore. And then spin kicks him right out of his face, and then he makes the mistake of going on the mic. I'm sorry, cool guys don't need to go on the mic. They were much more into you before you started saying the House of Black bullshit. Nobody likes that. That's going too far.
I don't like it, but they seemed pretty into him tonight. He can say whatever he wants.
No, they're into him. It's just like in Rambo. You know what, the first cut of Rambo was terrible, and then Sylvester Stallone went in and just took out all of his dialogue. And when he did, it's such a better movie because the cool guy shouldn't talk. The cool guy shouldn't talk. Darby Allin, they're trying to morph him a little bit, but for a while he wasn't talking. Sting, at his best, didn't talk. You know, the best guys don't talk unless you're good at talking. And you're not good at talking yet, Malachi. But either way. But it was a good segment.
I was a big fan of the segment. And I came to an interesting conclusion, I think, in that segment, is that, so he took the mic from Tony to talk. And we're always like, why is everybody taking the mic from Tony? It's because everyone's really uncomfortable not having a microphone physically in their hands. Like, you could see that he was like, he tried for a second, and he was like, nah, I feel weird about this. I have to just take the microphone. So maybe just don't have Tony there.
But that's a skill set. Yeah, well, then have him come out and cut a promo. You know, have him cut out. The thing is, like, if Tony's in the ring, you do that. You know, like if you're being interviewed on by a news reporter, a journalist, anyone, they're holding the mic. You don't grab their fucking mic. Yeah, how many times on like CNN when someone's in like a war-torn country and they're interviewing somebody like a refugee and he grabs the mic? That doesn't happen. You don't grab the mic. I don't know if that's a good analogy. Someone says, just put QT on Dark. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. I'm so mad about the Dark Order, but Paige is back, So that could change things. I thought that he was going to be one that fixes the Dark Order.
Yeah. And then I think it was Chica Marks that had the theory that it should be Anna Jay, which I still think is a good idea.
Yeah. I think Anna Jay should be the rule of the Dark Order. Joe writes, Road to the Top is funny to watch considering the news that the EVP has lost creative control. Guess your boy Cody isn't as amazing as he clearly thinks he is. Who's boy? Who's boy? When did I say he was my boy? But that being said, the EVPs thing turns out to just be fake news.
It happened. All of their power got taken away in December of 2019 when they did the worst episode of Dynamite in the history of the world, because the Bucks thought it was a good idea to end with like all of these henchmen getting like them. Do you remember this? So,
no, I don't.
All of the Elite was in the ring, and then the Dark Order, who at the time was just Uno and Grayson, charged the ring with a bunch of like henchmen in like black masks and all of that, but they were a bunch of like inexperienced wrestlers who didn't know how to like punch properly, right. And no one wanted to see that. No one cared, and it was a big fart in church, as JR would say. It went over like a fart in church on his podcast. So that was when Tony said, no, I'm going to start making all the creative decisions now. So Tony Khan has been doing this for a long time.
I've been trying to pick up a lot of Jim Cornette's little colloquialisms. He's just like, that's flatter than 4 o'clock. I just love that. I don't get it. But it's flatter. That's slicker than cum on a gold tooth. It's harsh. We got Chica Marks. Yeah, wondering about Paige and Dark Order. Yeah, we'll find out soon, I guess. Swiz, I just wish Dante didn't wear some joggers. Put on some nice garms. Yeah. I would like him to have I think everyone should feel like they're different and special, and they should dress that way. You know, if you come out looking like you're in workout gear, you really don't look like anyone better than a
Spoys, can I say that if he aligns himself with LBO Leo, he's going to start wearing some nice garb. He's going to start looking good.
He should. No, he's going to be with Leo.
LBO Leo.
I thought you said Andrade de Idolo. That's what I heard. But yeah, he is going to look a lot better. That's actually a good point. And we should talk about. Well, let's talk about that real quick right now. I liked that LB.
I thought it was great. I'm excited.
I'm calling him LBO.
I'm excited for where it's going to go. My hope is that his brother comes back, and then it's the three of them, and they become a trio in the trios tournament. That will happen at some point in time. But has there ever been, I was thinking about this, Red, and anybody else chime in as well, but can you think of a time in wrestling where there was ever a manager who was also like a very good active performer? Like Leo Rush could be this like great mouthpiece, talker, hype man who's also an incredible wrestler. He could do both.
Well, there's been loose versions of that. That's how Xavier Woods started off in the New Day. Yeah. That's how basically what Michael P.S. Hayes was in the Freebirds. I feel like that's general, like that has kind of happened. You're saying like a full-time manager that was also a good wrestler. I feel like that's a waste of them.
Wow, I don't know. I think they're trying to do something with Leo where he's both, because he's good at both.
Yeah.
So I hope they try to figure out a way to make that work. I don't know how.
What are you talking about, Matt Hardy?
Okay, get into that ladder match.
I'm just teasing. Now you ready for let's get some things in here. Swizz, I actually was a bit distracted by Dante's untied drawstring. That's a very big distraction. Can you tie your shit, please? Good point, Chica Marks. Your boy Cody was a joke. I know you don't like him. I don't either. Then why are you saying he's my boy, Joe? Why are you saying he's my boy? We're fine with it. I'm actually a big fan. I like Cody. And I like where this character's going. I'm not as mad at him as everyone else is. Swizz says, good theory. More teams for the Trios title. Let's move on. We don't need a Trios title. We don't need one. Moving on. Now ready for a big Steven Paolo. What? We got Ricky Starks talking about the FTW title. Starting off good. Talking about FTW title on Taz here in Philly, and Cage didn't show up. Because of course he didn't. He's Cage. And out comes fucking Cage. Beats the shit out of him, and this is going to continue. Why?
I hope that this is it. I hope a Philly street fight is the end, and I hope he ends up in a river somewhere, and we never hear from Brian Cage again. Not in a bad way. He swims back to California and lives happily ever after. But he's another guy. I don't need him on my TV. I want Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks is so good, and I want to see him wrestling really good opponents who aren't really boring. So I hope that match is good. I hope Ricky wins. I hope that's it.
I hope it just ends. I just want it to end. I don't even want there to be a conclusion to it.
Well, they're fighting on Friday.
One thing I did know. Yeah, whatever. But one thing I did forget to mention, when Punk came out before, there was a sign that said Punk fears Hook.
Yeah.
What silliness. Honestly, the more I think about Hook and the fact that he hasn't had a match yet and no one talks about him having a match, when he has a match, he will have the biggest first ever wrestling match ever.
He
like that should be pay-per-view. Like I'd pay to see Hook have his first ever professional wrestling match.
Oh my god.
It better not be on
AEW Dynamite, I guess TNT or whatever, tweeted a picture of that, of like Punk fears Hook, and Taz responded to it and just said big pop, which is really funny to me. Taz is into it. I love it.
Oh, he's super into it. Swiss says it was only on the show so we could see best dressed faction in AEW. That's true. That makes sense because they are the best dressed faction. They got a lot going. They have every style known to man in that group. Joe writes, Brian Cage to WWE. Let them waste him there
100%.
like everyone else.
100%.
Yeah, smart. 100%. Yeah, smart. But they would never
U.S. champion.
They would never take him because he's. No, he would never get past the NXT. Are you kidding me? He'd never get past NXT. He'd be like one of those guys that gets a little bit. He'd never get past. He would never ever get past. They don't like him. Yeah. They wouldn't like his kind. The biggest move of the night.
It's here. Tied for me.
Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. So they go. Serena Deeb wins. It was Hikaru Shida. She comes out. They're like, "Hey, we got she's gonna win her 50th match here tonight." And they brought out the stupid trophy, and I hated it. And I was just like, "Of course she's gonna win." They brought out a stupid dumb trophy, but I was just like, "I'm excited for the match," and they did everything I wanted them to do. And they did, like, Deeb is an amazing seller. If she wasn't such a perfect heel, she'd be a fire babyface. A fire baby, but perfect heel. Keep her as heel. And Deeb, beating the shit out of her with that trophy is the best heat. The best heat.
The best. And I love, she's done it before, and I love when she does it. When she gets her in her move, I think that they call it the Serenity Lock. I know it as the Tequila Sunrise, because that's what Conan called it. Sure. But when she cranks that knee and slams the knee multiple times into the mat, it's the best. Yeah. It's the best.
Yeah, she is so smart. And I'm so happy she's healthy. I'm so happy she's back. Have her, man, I don't know. I don't even know what they're doing with Britt Baker. I'm already upset about that. But Serena Deeb deserves to be at the top, beating the shit out of people. We all love her.
She is, and I mean this in the best possible way because she got the moniker. She is the Dean Malenko of the women's division. She's just an incredible technical wrestler, an incredible seller. And the fact that the commentator said that Dean Malenko gave her, like, the Woman of 1,000 Holds, like, kind of gave that to her to carry on that tradition. Amazing. Her, like, robe that she wore to the ring, amazing. The music, amazing.
Everything about it.
Amazing. So good.
She's a superstar. So she's a superstar, and we all know it. Smooth says, even before the match, I called that Shida would win because of the trophy, but I love that Deeb won. You're damn right, Swizz. I know you're fired already. I'm sorry, you're fired, but you know what? You're getting a Christmas card. That's what you're getting. Christmas card. Chica Mark says, "Oh man, the knee work was amazing. Love the whole match so much.
Woo. So good." There are very few moments. There's very few times at this point in my life, after watching so many years of wrestling, that physically allowed. Like, I jumped off my couch when Deeb won. I was so thrilled, and I jumped off my couch twice tonight. This is a good show. I was so excited.
This was good. Joe brings up, why wouldn't WWE take Cage? Vinny likes them beefy, but he also likes them tally, and he likes them good talkery, and he likes them not to be so spotty, and he likes them a little youngy. And he likes the beef, but they has to have a lot more than beef. He doesn't like those short guys that do spots.
Did you know that he was signed? He once upon a time was signed to WWE Developmental. When he was really thin, so he was really little at the time. He wasn't big and beefy yet. He left and got beefy. Sorry.
Sorry. He would never have made it there. I like Smith says, I like both the women. Good to see Sheeta not on dark for once. You're damn right. And I was thinking when she's the first ever wrestler on the show to get 50 wins. And I'm just like, that's the worst trophy to have in AEW, meaning that you've had the most dark and elevation matches. You know who probably has the least match wins in the company? Kenny Omega, John Moxley, the people on dark, but the people who aren't ever on dark or elevation.
Well, I think
we'll never get that many
Sheeta
wins.
Specifically, I think it's okay that she celebrates 50 wins because she was women's champion for over a year.
Yeah.
So that's okay. But it's not like Joe Janela was like, I got 50 wins. All right, well, how many of those were on television? Not many.
Yeah. He's a big dumbhead. Moving on. Marvez goes to talk to Darby. Saying like, oh, MJF accepted your challenge. And he's just like, about damn time. I forget what he said. And then he goes walking away, and out comes this limo. Oh, Darby's fucking ready for it. He rips off his shirt. He's ripping off all his clothes, and he's ready. And then a masked person comes from the back, beats the shit out of him. Out of the limo, bunch of masked people come, beat the shit out of him. They take the camera for some reason, and they start filming it, and then they just beat the shit out of him. And they really do beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, they sure did, pal.
Right?
They beat the shit out of him.
That hurt.
Yeah.
They beat the snot out of him. They beat the living snot out of him. The old bully beater's been beaten. Got his bully beaten. But according in the main event, they said Darby is no longer cleared to compete next week.
I love MJF. That.
So the story. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I liked everything about this. We got for the record.
Yeah, I liked it too. Besides them.
Well, I think they only grabbed the camera so they could have that last shot where they drop the camera, and it's just like that nice little shot of Darby dead on the ground as everybody gets in the limo and drives away. Also, something that I do like that no other heel ever does is that we all know it's them. We all know it's the Pinnacle. And by the way, the Pinnacle is still a group. We found out tonight because they did this beating together. But I like that they all wore masks so they can deny it. We all know they did it, but it's such a good heel move.
I like that.
Oh, really good.
I do like that. And they let you know that it was them, because they did their moves, and you could tell MJF from a mile away. Really good. But I don't like that camera move because when they took the camera, the other cameraman was behind shooting them, and that really made no sense to me. Yeah. It really bothered me. But otherwise, good point. Moving on, we got the main event of the night. It's the casino ladder match with Orange Cassidy, Matt Hardy, John Moxley, Pac, Andrade, Lance Archer, and Hangman Adam Page. And boy, does this match is stupid. It's a stupid match. It's a dumb, stupid match that I'm glad happened for Hangman. I'm glad that he has this win. But what are your thoughts on the match?
What do you think? I was thinking about it, and I agree. Because of a friend of the show, Jeff Jarrett, I've been going back. There's a lot of really good TNA stuff happening right now on Jeff Jarrett's podcast. So I've been going back and watching some TNA and revisiting their ideas. So much of what they did was really dumb. All of their match concepts, so dumb. But they didn't mean any harm by it. They were all like really earnest, and they meant well. They meant to get people over, whether they did or they didn't. Different story. And I feel that way about this match. It's silly. I think they need to tweak it. You can't climb the ladder until everybody's in the mat. I think the idea of like having it be like a 7-person 7-way, and then people get eliminated, and then the final 3 have a ladder match, something like that. But as a match, sometimes it's okay to just like enjoy a car crash, and that's what it was. It was fine. It was good. I jumped off my couch when Hangman came back. That was a huge woo for me because I was really hoping it was him. And it was. And he had new gear. His gear looked amazing. And he won. The crowd was so behind him. It was really exciting. Ultimately, that's all I care about. I walked into that match. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was just going to say I walked into the match saying as long as Hangman's the Joker and he wins, I don't care about the rest of the match. And there were some good moments, but Hangman coming back was all I cared about.
There's something wrong with this Joker concept that I don't like. It makes the winner very clear who's going to win, so it's not a surprise. Whoever comes out Joker pretty much wins the match because it's the person they're trying to get over the most to get the biggest pop. Not only that, the person that they want to be surprised at the end also wrestles the least, so they don't really look like they've earned it. Like Ruby Soho didn't feel like she earned that win. Hangman didn't feel. I didn't feel like he earned that win. Nothing about that felt genuine. And besides that, it just the match itself was confusing. Like I thought of an interesting match concept: a ladder match battle royale. So you have 6 guys in the ring, and you have this little platform outside that they walk. But if you touch the ground, you're fucking out, and it's a ladder match. So you could never touch the ground.
Interesting. That is also like a very TNA concept, but could also really work. It could work. It could work. I'm saying it could work.
You're eliminated. You're eliminated. So like some people will let others climb up to the top of the ladder so they can knock them off outside the ring. There's a strategy to it, like of letting people go up or something like that. And there's a strategy of not wanting to climb because you don't want to get knocked off accidentally.
That's a good point.
Because there's too many times where people set up the ladder and they're just waiting. They're just waiting. Lance Archer could have climbed it 7 times over. He's fresh. He's fresh.
Yeah.
There's something bad about these staggered, delayed ladder matches where the newest guy has so much energy, you could just climb up so fast. Why are you selling like you've been in this match for 20 minutes?
You're right. That's a very good point.
Very upsetting. Made no sense at all. Let's get some comments in here. I forgot to read the comments after the Pinnacle thing. Smooth writes, Sean Spears' little cute laugh. He had a little cute laugh in there, which is cute. Jim Hines says, I was waiting for the dudes to take off the mask and reveal that it wasn't the Pinnacle, which would have been cool. But also, there's already too many people there. Smooth, and the commentary team acted so stupid. Of course it was the Pinnacle. Yeah, you're damn right. Now we get to the main event comments. I thought Matt Hardy broke his baby hip going through the table. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that too, because he doesn't like to fall. Like he doesn't do the leg drop for a reason anymore. His hips and his spine are fused together.
Yeah, I did write in my notes. I wrote, "Why is Matt Hardy here?" I don't think he should be in matches like this. It's a little dangerous for him.
No.
Yeah. Not a fan of that. But there's a lot.
Jim Hines Film says, breaking news, Bobby Fish is all elite. Just posted on AEW Twitter. Sure, let's just have everyone be all elite.
Bobby.
Well, it's breaking here. Breaking news. Thank you, Jim Hines. Thank you so much, Jim Hines Films. We're going to watch all your films. Yeah. Every film that comes out, we're going to look at it. And everyone should support Jim Hines Films for breaking this news here at LLW. Smith says, I'd sooner just do everyone starts in the ring, meaning the Joker has to work for it.
Yeah. But then it's a Money in the Bank ladder match. So that's what they're trying to avoid. Yeah.
I think they should do the eliminate. This is just dumb. It's a dumb match concept. Both of them. Someone says, and for the Battle Royale, they should pull the Joker in the middle. They could pull the Joker in the middle.
I mean, the Joker could come out in the middle rather than last. Why does the Joker automatic? It should be randomized. Maybe the Joker, is the 4th entrant rather than the 7th.
Yeah, it's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. Joe writes, 100% agree. Joker concept sucks. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. But that's the show. We got some. There's a Rampage coming up. We're gonna have a CM Punk versus
Daniel Garcia.
And
Philly Street Fight, Starks and Cage. AEW Tag Team Title match. Acclaimed versus Lucha Bros, and then Jade Cargill versus Sky Blue, as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Jade Cargill.
Oh yeah, she's gonna crush Sky Blue. Absolutely crush her.
She's gonna crush her little skull.
A couple of things. I always like to find little things that I like about the show as well. I love. They've been doing this for years, but Hangman, anytime his whatever they call that, like when his name comes across the screen, there's always a little tagline making fun of him at the top of it that they plug in there. And tonight it was finally showed up to work. Pretty funny. Pretty funny.
It's pretty good. I never noticed those.
I also JR had one comment that I thought was funny tonight when Jericho said he's going to beat the living shit. He emphasized shit. And JR just muttered, well, that's the worst kind of shit. That was pretty good.
Good job, JR. Good job.
And then I guess our friend, my friend and yours, Alex Merkin, texted me and said, did you see the baby that got hit? I guess when Moxley and Archer were fighting in the crowd,
they hit a baby?
like a father and son that got rocked. I didn't see it though. I have no way of knowing if that happened or not. But that, according to
get those people some tickets, some merch, getting some merch fast. Where are the Young Bucks? Bring in some merch. Go get Cutler on it. And we got some more news. Get some more breaking news here from Swizz. Little spoiler for the news, but AJ Lee was just announced for WoW only as commentator and producer.
That's great.
Not as a wrestler. That's cool. That's good.
That's great. Good for her. She has a lot to say.
Where can we watch?
I don't know. Smoyes, do you know?
Yeah, let us know. Chica Mark says, I DVR'd it and it will look for that baby. Haha. Yeah, look for that baby. And if you find a clip of it, can you send it to us, Chica Marks? That'd be good content. Because you should all follow Loser Lee's Wrestling. Because if you followed Loser Lee's Wrestling, you know we had a show tonight.
True. Hey, I thought you would post about the 2-year anniversary, but instead you posted about the ladder match.
I was so busy because I'm flying tomorrow. I'm flying out tomorrow. So like I was just all over the place, and then I saw your thing, and it was 10-2, and I'm just
you don't have to post about it. If you're not doing it, it's okay. I don't want to inconvenience you.
Oh no, I had to. Smooth says I think it's CBS. It is not.
Well, maybe in the UK.
Oh, maybe in the UK. I don't know how the UK works. But Smooth says, I think Archer's hair slapped someone when he got legs swept into the guardrails.
That's funny.
That makes sense. But I hope the baby got rocked. That'd be pretty funny. Hope the baby's okay. We'll be here to Losers Wrestling. Love babies. Thank you all so much for listening. This has been the woos, the woo-woo-woos, and the whats of AEW Dynamite. Please follow us on Instagram.
Hey, real quick.
What?
So you're going to be out of town this weekend, so no news this weekend.
Yeah. No news.
However,
no news this weekend.
Next Saturday is AEW Dynamite. Are we going to do a show? Yeah, they're preempted probably because of hockey, so they're going to be on Saturdays. There's the Saturday at 6 o'clock, I think. So 3 o'clock your time, 5 o'clock my time. It's up to you. We don't have to.
We have to. No,
Would we mix the news into?
We're gonna have a super show. We're gonna be live all day Saturday, all day, an all-day event. We're gonna figure it out. But thank you so much, guys. We're gonna figure it out. We'll let y'all know. Denise Salcedo on Twitter said Viacom CBS.
Cool.
Interesting. Chico Mark says great stream, guys. Safe travels, Red. Oh, bless you. Smith says good stuff, guys. We love you. We love our LLW heads. We have to find a fun name for them. Our little, Lady Gaga has our monsters, and we have
losers.
Our losers. Oh, we love our losers. We love our losers so much. Yeah, that's a good idea. Red's face, haha. You guys are. Oh, it's frozen on my dumb face. It's back now. But thank you all so much. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.